Don't get so caught up in the rehab that you forget key items. So we had a project on the south side of Chicago in a decent neighborhood, single family raised ranch house. We went through the scope, nuts to bolts, finding everything that was wrong with the house that needed to be fixed or repaired. Now, with this house, we couldn't open up any walls because the layout just didn't work for that. It wasn't our typical flip where we're just busting stuff down, opening stuff up, widening, and just creating this open concept. So this put us in a mind frame of, hey, we just need to take what's there and make it work. The windows were already done. We didn't have to do nothing with the roof. So we just went from it as a repair and replace perspective. And that's what we were doing. Now, the crazy thing is that we got all the way done. In the final checkoff list, I'm looking at the Nest thermostat we got in on this thing, and it just says heat and fan. I'm like, what AC? Is the wire not hooked up or something? I go in the back, I don't see nothing. I go on the side, I don't see nothing. I go on the front, I don't see nothing. This house didn't have air conditioning. And because it wasn't there, we didn't look at do it need to be serviced or anything. We didn't even think to put an AC in the house. So right now, we got a house that's about to list for $145,000, which is towards the top of the market, and you don't even have an AC. Last minute addition to the scope of work is add an AC to the property, run the wires so we can get the AC connected to the thermostat. I mean, this was a simple mistake that we made, because this house didn't need a lot of additional things. It really didn't need anything, so we thought. So the lesson really today from this mistake, from being so focused on the things that were in the house, we forgot to look at what did the house need in addition. And this caused us to have to increase our rehab budget by $4,500 to get an AC unit installed at the end of the project. Ultimately, it was no big deal. But had $45,000 been the difference between making, let's say, 20 and 15, it would have been a big deal for the project, and we might not have done it. Keep your eyes on everything, not just the things that are wrong with the property, but you gotta ask yourself and go through a checklist about what does the property need to have, so that you make sure you don't miss some key things when you're actually looking to do a house. I think the real reason on why we actually missed this was originally we were planning to wholesale this house, but all the buyers looking to come in, it was only about a $3,000 or $4,000 wholesale fee. But if we flipped it, we could actually make a $35,000 profit. So because we were looking to wholesale first, we estimated just a generic budget. We didn't go through our full checklist, and we never went through that full checklist again. So you always want to slow down when you first starting to look at a house so you can find all those things, and you won't put yourself in a position to have to do unnecessary change orders. Because as we all know in this business, you're gonna have to do some necessary change orders throughout the life of a rehab. And the goal is to minimize those by finding things like not having an air condition before you get the bid, not after the job is complete. Well, if this video helped you or you learned something from this video, feel free to like, share, as well as comment. If you have any questions about some of the processes or some of the things that we do now, feel free to ask us. I love to reach out to you guys and connect with you, but ultimately, I hope you're learning from some of these mistakes. We've made plenty mistakes on these past projects in our first year flipping houses, and we want to share that with you, and hopefully in the future we'll have some other rehabbers join us too as well to share some of the things that they've learned along in the business. But until then, see you soon and happy flipping.